How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing good wherever you are in the world. Today, I have decided to read a book or to read a chapter from the book that I'm writing. You didn't know that I'm writing a book. Surprise! I'm writing a book, guys, only for you though. It's and it's for free. I'm still writing it because even the chapter that I'm still writing, I haven't finished it though. But I just felt like I should share what I have already written with you guys. But without wasting any time, let's get to it because I don't want to waste time and I don't want to spend so much time doing this. I'm just gonna read and demystify what I'm going to demystify. I'm not gonna explain everything because I just wanna make this video short as possible. So let's get it. Hibidi, 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 hibidi. This is it here. So the title of the book is A Journey Back to Yourself. The Journey Back to Yourself. Why did I give it the title? I don't know. I don't have any idea. I just thought, no, let me just give this this book this title. I think it's gonna suit the whole concept of it. So I have picked chapter 6. Chapter 6 with the heading, the law of reflection. The law of reflection. I know you're already familiar with the about law of attraction, law of whatsoever. But I have picked up a law of reflection. Mina-ke angikhulumi ngo law of attraction because you already know about that. I'm not sure, but I really think there are some things ongazazi nge-law of reflection. But without wasting any time, because as I've said that I don't want to waste isikhathi eside ngenzana nale video. I don't want it to be long. I just want it to be short as possible. So let's read it. Most of the time, people think their experiences are created from outside of them, not from within them, but by forces that they totally have no control over. They think their lives is being shaped or controlled by some exterior forces that they have no control over. And they think that circumstances or life happens to them, not through them. You may be asking yourself, how is this even possible? Well, if you are going to give this chapter a chance, you will have a deeper and clear understanding on how life really works, and it will be very easy for you to understand yourself and different types of people and why they have to act a certain way. So I really hope this is clear. Kahle nje la ngikhuluma ukuthi we are reflecting ourselves back to ourselves using other people. If you are in a relationship, or if you are in a relationship with someone, whether it's a friendship relationship or it's a romantic relationship, that's nothing more than projection, because you are projecting yourself through the other person. That's where you get to see yourself. So the other person is like a mirror which you get to see yourself. So let's go. It is scientifically proven that human beings are nothing more than clusters of energy. For everything around you is a reflection of your own consciousness. Okay, another thing that I wanna explain here is this highlights, these highlighted sentences and paragraphs and words. This one that I have highlighted with gray, like this. This is a quote. This is a quote from some spiritual masters. The powerful quotes. Those powerful quotes, those bullet quotes. Yeah, it is something like that. So as we carry on reading, what do I mean by this? I mean everything around you is your own innate creation. When I first heard about this, it was really hard for me to believe it, up until I had to consider the ultimate truth in it. Now let's make this clear for you. Now, to make this clear for you, let's make an example. And here again, every time when I have highlighted words using the red highlights, you should know that I'm making an example. You know, that's an example. Sandra is a young lady who had just went through a terrible breakup with her boyfriend. She broke up with her boyfriend because she thought her boyfriend wasn't treating her the way she thought she deserved to be treated, or maybe the boyfriend was very abusive. So she immediately hopped into another relationship with a guy who seemed to be more like her ex when she wished she could have met someone better than her ex. Chances are that Sandra will think she has bad luck, but the truth is, no, she doesn't. The truth is that the universe was only giving her an opportunity to see her unhealed wounds and decide to face them or to neglect them. Now, how and why does this happen? As I have mentioned before, that we human beings are more like energy. This means that we are capable of grasping and carrying good or bad experiences with us. These experiences are then stored in our systems for us to re-experience them again. Sandra was in an abusive relationship which affected her hugely, and the major mistake she made was to jump into another relationship without having to first step back and examine why her ex-boyfriend was treating her the way he was treating her. Maybe if she did consider overlooking the situation, she wouldn't have encountered the same thing with her next partner. But she would at least learn more about herself through the guy and appreciate the lessons. So this is called mirroring, which means she was only reflecting herself back to herself. She was projecting herself. Her unhealed wounds was being projected from the other person whom she met recently. So if you will understand what I'm saying, this doesn't need to be like demystified, because yonke into clear. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi you will get the idea of what this book is trying to say. Where is this book is trying to get you or to take you. So let's carry on reading though. Maybe she would have found out that the reason this is happening is that she has other terrible unhealed past experiences, and her ex was there to help reflect or show and bring them up to the surface so she could decide to deal with them. Unfortunately, we don't seem to see these things. Instead, we crave for love, which we don't really understand. We rush to get ourselves into a relationship without having to step back and try to discover the reason for our misfortunes and discomforts. And then we label these things as bad luck. Yo, this is so intense. Yo, it's so intense. These are facts though. If you will give this book a chance, you will learn a lot from this book. Like, trust me. I have tried to write it in a very simplest English ever, because I want everybody to understand everything in this book and what this book is trying to convey, and the message that I'm trying to convey. So now you will agree with me when I say you reflect back what you are, and that relationships are nothing more than lessons, and our partners are mirrors which helps us reflect ourselves back to us. Relationships are to be used for growth, not for self-satisfaction. Because no matter how desperate you are for love, you just won't get satisfied. And the more desperate you are, the more you will encounter so many disappointments on love. And it's only the desperation that kills the vibe. So it's imperative to be mindful of these things. A major thing that causes us to crave for love so much is the fact that we didn't actually receive it from our childhood. Maybe we were neglected as kids by our parents, or maybe we didn't have parents to give or show us love. So we grow with a huge space for love, which tend to be an unquenchable thirst, and then it forces us to crave for it more, so bad that we then begin to desperately look for it from extremely wrong places. I will just stop here for now. Ngizoma la for manje, for namhlanje, okwamanje. I hope you get the idea of this whole book, but the idea, just to round it all up, ukuthi ayikho into eyenzeka ngaphandle kwakho. What you think is happening to you is coming from within you. Those are the things that you have to, like, just to work on them. Everything that is happening, or that you think is happening, or everything that you think is happening to you, is a sign of the things that are happening inside of you that you need to deal with. Because lana, I really think ukuthi life is not harsh to us, but we are being hard on ourselves. Yabo, ngokuthi sicabanga ukuthi izinto zenzeka kuthina, yabo, azenzeki from thina. But nje, it's not even easy ukubelieve leyo nto leyo. Akukho easy. It's hard to accept the fact that we are the creators of our own realities. I'm not gonna lie, because even to me, at times, how is this happening? Because I understand, because I have put it into experimenting. I experiment and I experience a lento, and then I proved it. Oh, this is actually true. Okay, we are the creators of our own reality, So this chapter is all about that. You may be having someone omzondayo ongamfuni because you think wenza something wena yabo ongahlangene nayo, but the truth is uhlangene nayo because this person is only sending you a signal ukuthi there is something within you that you are neglecting, that you don't want to deal with, that you don't want to face about you. Because you can see most of the time, if unabantu othi abafuni, but if you analyze lento othi awuyifuni komunye umuntu, you will find out ukuthi lento le into ongayifuni ngawe, ongayithandi ngawe. You understand? Into ongayifuni ngawe. So you reflect what you don't like about yourself through the other person. So that's how life really works, and there is no other way. Ongathi mhlambe impilo kanjalo, kodwa nje that's just the way. Uma uyibambe lapho uzobe usuqedile, because you will understand yourself and you will understand why you acting a certain way, and also you will understand why other people are acting a certain way when, I hope I'm being clear, because I'm just this person ofuna ukusiza abantu, nanokuthi ke the reason why I'm doing this, I'm like I'm creating, I'm just trying to create a world whereby sizobuka impilo ngaleyo ndlela, because I think ukuthi masizobuka impilo ngaleyo ndlela angeke impilo ize ibe intense kangaka, ngeke size sireact eyintweni ezenzeka esicabanga ukuthi zenzeka kuthina. But then before we react, or before we even decide to react, we will first try to understand why these things zenzeka kuthina, yabo. So ngicela ukuyibamba lapho okwanamhlanje, ngingaze ngimoshe isikhathi esikhulu. Angifuni ukuthi ngibe ngale 20 minutes, angazi noma mhlawumbe sengudlulile nje 20 minutes, yabo. So yeah, that's pretty much like it, guys, and I would like to say thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this whole concept of this book is making a lot of sense to you, and it's going to help you immensely, because I feel like my purpose is that, and ukuthi nginikeze message ekuyiyona yona, hayi message engayizwa kahle. I know for some people this message will be esoteric, but for those of you guys who want to integrate or who resonates with this message, stay with me, because I've got a lot coming. So I will end this video la okwanamhlanje. Ngithi ke, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, uma ufuna ukukhomenta, you can comment and we can talk about commenting. I'm free, which is my comment, sikhulume, sixoxe, how do we deal with this life? This life is crazy. See you on the next video, guys. Thank you very much. Bye. Cheers.
Uzalana,